Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany and welcome to another fall haul. I'm so excited. Today we're talking Hobby Lobby. You guys, I don't know what it was. I have not felt this inspired by things from Hobby Lobby in a very long time. I used to love Hobby Lobby. I used to shop there all the time. I would say majority of my home decor when I lived in Las Vegas came from there. And it started to feel very repetitive and I just wasn't inspired when I would go in there. But I have to tell you, I was really impressed this last trip and I am really excited to share the things that I picked up with you. So grab yourself a drink and a snack. I just cracked open a fresh Diet Coke, so cheers. And we've got a lot of things in these bags. I am thrilled to be sharing them with you. Fall things, but also I found some items that I plan to use all year long. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm so glad you're here. Before we go any further in today's video, I want to thank our sponsor, Maeve. If you've been around my channel for any amount of time, you've seen our adorable Chiweenie Charlie. She's our 10-year-old Chihuahua Dachshund mix, and let's be honest, she's tiny but mighty. We all know she runs this house. And as Charlie's gotten older, it has become so important to us to make sure that we are giving her the best of the best when it comes to her food and keeping her healthy, which is why I'm super excited to be transitioning her to raw food with Maeve. Maeve is the first and only human-grade, protein-rich raw food for dogs made with real ingredients you can see and name just by looking. There are no fillers, no additives, and it requires no prep and there's no mess. How we eat affects our mood, our behavior, our energy levels, our cognition, even our immune function. And the same goes for our dogs. Every bowl of Maeve includes human-grade lean protein, vitamin-rich organ meat, fresh produce, and personalized supplements. Maeve is made with the highest quality ingredients that are flash frozen for optimal nutritional absorption. There are so many benefits to feeding your dog Maeve raw food, including improved digestion, balanced energy, a strengthened immune system, relief from allergy symptoms, shinier and healthier coat, cleaner teeth and fresher breath, better weight control, and increased mobility. And 90% of dog parents saw health improvements by making the switch to Maeve. Being a dog parent is the best, so give them what they deserve. I'll have everything linked for you down in the description box. And thank you again to Maeve for sponsoring today's video. Now, before I start this video, I just want to mention that, and I feel like I've mentioned this in all of my hauls recently, but whatever you have in your home is perfect. Please do not take these hauls as a sign that you have to go out and purchase new items for the seasons or really for any time. Whatever you have in your home is perfect and wonderful, and there is no reason why you should not feel content with what you have. If you are like me and you like to shop for the seasons or decorate for the seasons or just change things up, or if it's a career like mine, then now is the time to head into Hobby Lobby for fall. Everything fall, I believe, was 30% off currently. It will go down more. However, they already were putting out a ton of Christmas. I would say all of the back where they used to have the spring shop was all full of Christmas items, which I used to say, what in the world, it's July, but I get it now because there's so many people who create using those items. And I'm not talking just content, I'm talking about people who use, you know, that greenery or those items to create other things that they then sell or, you know, whatever. And yes, also for content creators like myself who like to show how to style these things, and we have to create this content early so that you guys can see it and feel inspired to create, you know, these types of things in your own home. Yesterday, I was working with my friend Maddie. She is a photographer in the area, and shout out to Maddie if you're watching this video. And she kept walking around my home. She came over yesterday to take professional pictures for me and some professional video for me that I would like to use for an intro. And she kept like walking around. Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. She kept walking around and like, how did you style this? Or I never would have thought to style things this way. And she asked me if I ever thought about like creating my own line of home decor. And I said, I'm not good at like creating the item, but I'm definitely good at styling the item, at least how I like it. But that's the fun part about having these seasonal items out early, is that we as home decor content creators can show you and inspire you so that way you can create these things in your own home. So if you feel like you don't have the eye, but you can look at something and be inspired by it and create it yourself, then that's a win-win. So I understand why stores put these things out early now. So enough chatting, let's dive in. We've got a lot of things to go through today. We are not going to go in any specific order. I'm literally just going to grab a bag and show you what's inside. So I remember when I was going through my fall decor, I said I don't need any more pumpkins. And it's true, I don't need any more pumpkins. However, I was really impressed with the heirloom pumpkins that Hobby Lobby had. So I snagged 2 of these white heirloom pumpkins. These are made from resin. They were $12.99, 30% off. I love the size of these and I love the color. They're so pretty. They look so realistic. And if you know anything about pumpkins, especially these heirloom pumpkins, these can be very expensive when you buy them. When you buy real ones. And what's nice about these is I can tuck these in here in my kitchen or wherever, and I don't have to worry about them going bad and stinking and getting bugs, you know what I mean? So absolutely love these white heirloom ones. These are so pretty and they look just absolutely gorgeous and real. I also grabbed a smaller little orange one. I loved the color. I think I might have one of these. I can't remember. Again, resin, $10.99 for this one, minus 30%. I'm not gonna say that every time. Everything that was fall was 30% off. And then the last one I picked up is this bigger one. This one was $33.99. This one's big, you know what I mean? Absolutely gorgeous though. And I was thinking I don't know if I wanna use these indoors, I might, or I might use them on my front porch. I honestly am not sure. Stay tuned, I'll keep you posted, but I absolutely loved these and I just think they're so nice. And they are an investment, but you're gonna be able to use them every single year. Love. The last thing in this first bag is a table runner. I grabbed this one here. I thought this was really pretty, kind of classic. This was $27.99 minus 30%. I said I wasn't gonna say that every time, but I feel like I have to. Let's see, I would look at my receipt and tell you how much it was minus the 30%, but honestly, it doesn't tell you the description on there, but I wanted something that was just orange. In my fall planning video, if you haven't seen that, go watch it. I talked about how I just wanna focus on oranges, creams, browns, tans. I don't want to have like green or blue this year. And so the table runner that I have, and I'll probably go back to that in a future year, you know, but the table runner that I have had blue and green. It was plaid. It's beautiful. But I wanted something just orange. And I thought this was really, really pretty and very classic. And I really liked the orange or the pumpkin. We're really leaning in this year. And those pumpkins can be used for Halloween as well, which is great. Okay, this next bag is pretty full, but it's got some smaller items. It does appear that I did get one more resin pumpkin. I wanted like several different sizes. Just wanted to create a little pumpkin patch in my house. So this one is a little bit more like whitewashed, looks a little more aged. I liked the curly stem. This one was $26.99 minus 30%, so pretty. One of the things that I mentioned in my fall planning video that I really wanted was lots of flameless candles on a timer all throughout my home that turn on every night and just create a super cozy vibe. And so I picked them up at Hobby Lobby because they were under the fall decor and they were 30% off. So that was great. These were $14.99. The only thing I'm just realizing is I don't know if these are on a timer. I don't believe these are on a timer. Wah, wah. These are a votive. Maybe not, 2 inches by 2 inches. I got 2 packages of these. These I don't believe are on a timer. Oh man. And then I got these small little ones, little tea lights. Yep, turn on or off by pressing the on off button located on the bottom of the tea light. Wah, wah. I don't know, maybe I'll take them back because they don't have a timer. That's gonna be a pain in my neck to have to go around and turn on every single one of these. But maybe I'll just keep them for dinner or party. We'll see. I'll probably return them for the price. I'll probably return them. Actually, I'm gonna put them in the return pile now that I'm realizing. I just got so excited. What a bummer, but they're not on a timer. So that is a pain in the neck. That is 12 plus, that's 24 candles I'd have to turn on every day on my own and turn off. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. All right, what a fail. It happens. Okay, next up is this gorgeous soap pump, $5.49. I got this for my sink to put my dish soap in. Thought it was really beautiful. I don't love this brushed nickel top, so I might try to find a black top or spray paint this, or even if I could spray paint it like a really pretty bronze, that'd be really gorgeous. That's probably what I'm going to do, just to make it look a little bit nicer. I just don't like that top color, but I love this. It looks like a sweater, like sweater design, so pretty. Next up, I found this really cute, tiny little colander. This was $8.49 minus 30%. Love the orange. And these just look really nice tucked in on a shelf in your kitchen or your dining room or the coffee bar. Put some wooden faux eggs. This would look so pretty, you know what I mean, for the fall. Just absolutely stunning. You could pile it with acorns or, you know, whatever you want, but just so pretty. And I loved the color. Great way to bring in orange in any of your spaces. This next item could totally be used year round. It does not have to be used for your fall decor, but it was in fall. And each one of these was one was $12.99, one was $14.99, but it is these gorgeous taper candle holders in this really pretty, like light brass color. And what I love is I recently picked up these faux taper candles from Target, and those look really beautiful. Look at that. And these are flameless candles. So these are on a timer. They'll turn on every night. And let me just put one in the other one. And these will look absolutely beautiful up on the peg rail in my family room. Absolutely gorgeous. These would look great on a dining room table. I got 4 of them, so 2 small, 2 big, so that I could have them on either side of the picture frames on the peg rail. That'll look really, really nice. Again, the flameless candles are from Target, but these are gorgeous from Hobby Lobby. And again, you don't have to use them just for fall, you guys. You could use them all year long. This next item are wooden coasters. These were $7.99. And they look like this, little pumpkins. They're super cute. I got these to go on the coffee table in my living room. I've got a nice basket tray on the coffee table, and I thought these would look really pretty displayed in there. So love those. I'd love to find some that are marble. Probably could find something like that at like Home Goods or TJ Maxx. So some items that I always get every season if I can are bamboo skewers. These are pumpkins, and it looks like it busted open, but I'm gonna show you how stinking cute these are. Like, this is what it looks like. And what's great about these is I love them in a little, like, you know, this is supposed to be a little match holder, and you can like spark your match, you know, on the bottom, whatever, but I just keep it in my little pie safe. But you can put them in here. I had some for spring in here that was really, really cute, but they look so nice, just kind of tucked in something in the coffee bar, and then they look really great when you use them on a charcuterie board. So you just, you know, have them in there so people can pick up their cheese. Just so pretty. So love to grab these. These were $4.49. They are food safe. And then I also grabbed some more of these enamel wood spoons. These were $10.99. I have some already. I believe that I have the white ones. I don't know if I have orange ones, but I wanted some. Again, you could have all of these in one space. One of my favorite content creators, Allison Bickerstaff, she uses them in her coffee bar. So pretty, but they just look really nice. Again, on a charcuterie board, you could have them in your fig jam or whatever. They're just gorgeous and so classy to either decorate with or to use, you know, as they're meant to be used. They are food safe. Food safe, so you can use them, like I said, on a charcuterie board, which would be great. So I didn't get a lot of stems. In fact, I hardly got any at all, but one that I did pick up are these picks. These were $3.99 each, and does it say what they are? I don't know. If you know, let me know. But there's some kind of like berry, you know, I honestly have no idea. I got 4 of them. I thought they were so pretty. I love this. I got 4. But I love, love, love this like round berry situation. I don't know what it is, but I thought these would be really pretty to tuck in places, and they would just bring fun texture to, you know, the other orange stems that I have, and they were really affordable. They were $3.99 minus 30%, and I just think they're really cool. And I don't have anything like that, so I was excited to be adding those. So this next item is kind of kitschy. Definitely not everybody's cup of tea. It was $12.99, but it's this little thankful pumpkin display, but I like it like this. I just think this is very pretty, and I thought it would be really pretty on the shelves in my dining room. So I don't necessarily like the side with the letters, but I definitely like this side. I thought that was very pretty, and I think this can be done in a very classy way. Trust me, I think it's just all about how it's displayed. This isn't everybody's cup of tea. I think this is resin, but I really like it. Thought it was pretty. This next item, I saw my friend Dee over at the Old Maple Cottage. She showed this in a reel, and I was like, oh, that is so cute, but it was even cuter in person. And it is this bow garland. Can you even right now? Look at this. It was $19.99 bow garland. It is so pretty and so different. I have never seen anything like this. And I just thought that this would be really pretty and elegant on my, I have so many garlands, but I thought this would be really, really pretty to use on my sofa table. Just something different, something really pretty, something very feminine, and I love it. And when I saw her show it, I was like, okay, if Dee thinks it's great, then I think it's great, because she has the best taste in the world, and it's so pretty. Okay, this next item I was so freaking excited to find, and it was not in the fall decor. It was in their Market Square section. That's like, in my store, it's very close to where they keep the seasonal things, but it's like all their kitchen items. And this was super affordable. It's $10.99, 12 by 8 inch acacia wood cutting board. But look at this. You guys, this is so on trend. I was so impressed. It is super thick. It's got the nice little handles on the side so you can pick it up. It is food safe, and you could use it as a cutting board. My vision, obviously, so one side does have like the grooves, so you could use it as a cutting board. You know, this is technically the front with the grooves, but you could definitely use the back, which I would use, and have, you know, just a flat space. But what a great serving tray, you know, for bread on your table, for a charcuterie board, for, you know, whatever. This is great just to pull out for a game night, you know what I mean? Or just for family night, like when you guys are sitting around watching a movie and you bring over some snacks. Like, it is a perfect tiny little tray. Like I said, 12 by 8, so similar to like a piece of paper. And also, this is what I was thinking, is just how incredibly beautiful this will look just in my kitchen, up against my beautiful brick backsplash. Love this. I love the color. I love the checkered design. It looks so high end. And you guys, this was $11. $11. Like, what a great find. Obsessed. Again, I got it for fall. I think it'll look beautiful fall. I got several checkered items, some from Home Goods that I'm gonna show you in a future haul. And I really like that checkered look. And that is stunning, and that's going to live in my kitchen year round. Same thing with this next item, not in the fall decor. Again, in the Market Square, I think I found it literally on the same little kiosk as the cutting board that I just showed you. But this is a mango wood beaded bowl. Again, food safe. This is a 4.3 quart or 4.1 liter bowl. And it was $14.99. Look at the beaded detail on this bowl. Is this not amazing? This to me is your perfect salad bowl. It's beautiful. I have light countertops, so I like anything that's going to bring in warmth when I am serving. When we host holidays or anything like that, typically we take everything off this counter and I will set up all of my chafing dishes here, and that's how we serve Thanksgiving. But if you're just having family dinner or whatever and you need a beautiful bowl for salad or pasta or whatever, this is stunning for that. Not to mention, this would be beautiful just sitting out with fruit. I am so in love with this bowl. Again, year-round use, and the color, the beaded detail, I just was in love with it. And for $14.99, what a great find. We got one more little bag here. Is this beautiful basket. Now this was not a part of the fall decor, but it was wall decor, and that was on sale for 50% off. It was originally $30.99, which is expensive in my mind. Very expensive for what this is, but I got it for $14.99 or $15.99, and that is this little hanging basket. I loved the warm color. It's really warm. I don't know if you can tell on camera like how warm the color is, but it's really warm. The size is 7.87 by 4.33 by 11.42. So 20 by 11 by 29 centimeters. I don't know. It's little-ish, large-ish, because I got a big old head. I've told you guys this before. You guys love that I use my head as like a measuring tool, but my head is really big, y'all. But I got this to hang on the little peg rail in my dining room. Right now I have one that's like a whitewashed basket, but I thought that a dark basket would look really pretty for fall with some orange stems in there. So love that. And again, can use it any time of year. It'll look really beautiful for Christmas time as well. I also found this leaf pillow. This was $19.99 minus 30%, but I liked this little throw pillow, and I thought it would be really pretty on the chairs on my front porch. So thought that would be, something nice that would bring in the season, and it's really, really, really soft. This next item I found again in the Market Square section, not fall, but absolutely thought was beautiful and very, very useful. And it is this Acacia toothpick holder. Looks like this. I hope I'm saying Acacia right. Correct me if I'm not, but really, really pretty. In fact, let's just take it out because we're gonna use this. I'm gonna put this just right here in my kitchen right now. I don't have a nice toothpick holder. I just have a little plastic one. But look at how pretty that is. Totally refillable, great, love it. I think it'll go somewhere over here. There you go. Okay, these next items, again, not fall. These are actually from the spring shop, and they were on super clearance. They're $11.99, but they're these checkered bowls. How pretty are these? I love, love, love like ceramic bowls like this. Is that what these are? Ceramic, I think. Dishwasher safe, food safe. I think they're ceramic. But I love these. And if they had two, I would have grabbed two, but they didn't. But I love having these bowls. These are great for cereal. They're great for yogurt. They're great for ice cream. And I loved the color. I thought they were so pretty. And I would love to have my nice little yogurt and fruit in that all fall long. Probably won't have them on display. Maybe I will. They're very white. So I probably won't display them, but we'll see. I'm really into this like brown tan checkered situation. Okay, the last thing that I picked up are these copper wire fairy lights, 39 foot, 100 LEDs, and they look like this. They're $8.99. And my vision for these, this is what they look like. My vision for these is to just have them kind of intertwined in places. So whether that is my coffee bar, mixed in, I thought they'd be really beautiful, like mixed in with that bow garland or whatever, mixed in on my peg rail, just places to bring in that glow. Remember I was telling you that I have daylight bulbs. So my bulbs in my house are very, very clean and crisp and white. They are not warm. They are very cool. And that's so that all of the color on camera comes off as it is instead of having like a warm glow. I love daylight bulbs. They are beautiful. Again, my photographer friend, Maddie, who was here yesterday, she commented on how much she loved the white lights and how it doesn't cast a yellow, glow on things. But in the wintry months and it's evening, it's nice to have that warm glow if you can. And I plan to bring that in with candles and fairy lights. And it was extra great that they were on a copper wire, perfect for fall and winter. So I grabbed 4 boxes of these because I figured I could kind of use them everywhere. And yeah, I thought that was a good price, $8.99. I don't know, you tell me, but indoor use, and they are battery operated, 3 AA batteries, so you can put them anywhere and you don't have to worry about putting them in a plug, which I love. So that's everything from my Hobby Lobby haul. That's a really big Hobby Lobby haul. I feel like I found some amazing things going through these bags again. I went last week and the bags have just been living in my office and I haven't looked at them again. And so going through them again, I'm really excited about everything I got, but my favorite thing is definitely this cutting board. I am so excited about this board. Again, I'm not going to use it as a cutting board, I don't think, but I was also thinking of another thing that this would be really beautiful for is like a cocktail night. So for example, if you are having a party or having friends over, get together, and you have like a cocktail bar, which I love to do. Every year I host a cookie swap and I do some kind of signature drink, and I usually put butcher paper down and I'll write on the butcher paper like what the recipe is for the cocktail. And this would look really beautiful on that with, lime wedges, with your small shallow dish with sugar so you can rim your cocktail drink, whatever, if you're making margaritas, this would just be so pretty. If you have a little shot area, you could have the salt and the limes. It's just really, there's so many uses for this. A cheese board, a charcuterie board, whatever. Just anything you can use this to display things on. And again, it's just gonna look really pretty in my kitchen. I'm gonna be able to put this anywhere and it's gonna be really, really pretty in here. So I can put it, in the shelf, behind things, just so pretty. And now I'm kind of wishing that I'd gotten 2 because I can put one. When I go back to return those candles, if it's still there, I'm gonna grab another one because $10.99 is amazing and I can use it to bring in that same checkered pattern over into my dining room on my little hutch in there. So that is everything. If you guys made it through this entire haul, this is a long haul, so if you made it through everything, give me a leaf emoji down below. You guys are true champions. And that was a lot of fun, I'm looking at these items. I just filmed my Target haul right before this. You're gonna see that video before you see this video. But all those items will look so pretty mixed in with these. And I am also about to film some of the things I picked up from Walmart. So I'm really excited about that too. I love how it's all coming together, my vision. I'm so excited, so excited. Make sure you're subscribed. You don't wanna miss any fall content coming your way or any content in general. And thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, my friends.